Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. You're tuned in to IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so glad that you popped in. It is Wednesday, May 24th, 2023, and thank you for joining me. If you're new here, you're going to see a QR code at the top right hand corner of your screen. If you're watching us, that is, just go ahead and launch your camera app, point over the QR code like so. Touch the ellipse, you'll get my link tree. But if you're not watching us and you're listening to us on the podcast, then go to believemeachieve.com. Thank you so much. If you're watching the replays, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 12 noon, 12 midnight, 10 a.m., 10 p.m., or whenever you choose to watch, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for making Inspirations for Your Life a daily part of your day. And let's get right into our master topic. You know, we have a great topic this week. Understanding why some people want to still work remotely. All right. So, the first thing we need to think about is before you can work remotely is you got to take an inventory of yourself. Are you the kind of person that needs to have people around you all the time? Or do you work well alone? Are you someone that is going to be able to uh, be self motivated? Are you someone that's going to adapt to new tools? How well do you handle technology? What do you think of Zoom calls and stream calls or Jeans calls of Verizon or whatever you use? You know, have you thought about that? And if you haven't, um, do you have a spot in your home that you could set up or make exclusively just for your business? Do you have that? Do you have a desk? Do you have the resource you need, or will your company provide them? If you're working for a company, you can't deduct these expenses. But if you are an independent contractor, then you can. So talk to your accountant about which you'd like to do. It might make more sense to actually be someone who is going to be an independent contractor, but you don't get the benefits like health and things like that. So there are trade-offs there. When we think about inventories for ourselves, I think there's a lot that we've got to think about, right? So when I ask you how to take an inventory, okay, of yourself to work from home, and it's not hard, but you got to be honest with yourself, okay? Um, you could take a personality test. You could basically uh, inventory yourself to find out, how well do you do certain skills? Um, are you someone that gets easily distracted at home? Are you a person that is going to be able to communicate with your team digitally? Phone, camera, right? Email, right? Slack or other type of message board. Are you? If you're not, then working from home is not for you. Are you someone that has trouble getting started with things? You do them once you're kicked, but you just can't get your own self going. Okay. And that might sound like crazy, but it's the truth. It's really the truth. So when we ask you to take an inventory, um, are you someone that's gonna be able to get up every day at the same time? Are you someone who can create a daily routine? So that gets me to my next point: creating a daily routine. You get up in the morning, you have breakfast, you take a shower, whatever you're gonna do, and you get dressed. You don't wear jeans, or you don't wear pajamas. You wear clothes that are gonna make you have a good attitude to talk with the clients and your team members. And the other thing that's important is that when you do that, you have to realize that your routine starts. So maybe because you're not traveling in the morning, maybe you're going to make yourself a smoothie. Maybe you're going to do some exercises. You take a walk or walk your dog, or maybe you're going to do something else in that commute time. And then you're going to be at your desk at 8 or at 9, so you're going to be there at 8:45. You might have your coffee ready at 8:30, so you're right at your desk at 8:40. You're ready to start at 9, or if you start at 8, you're going to be there. So you have that going. You know that every day you're going to reach out to 10 contacts, or you're going to follow up with 5 existing clients and ask them how's everything going, and who else would they like to refer you to, right? That's kind of how that works. And then that you might take a break at a certain time, or have like a snack, maybe it's a candy bar, something simple. Have it at your desk already, or a piece of fruit. And then at lunchtime, make sure you take lunch. Okay, and don't do lunch like while you're still logged in. Take lunch the way you would take it, just as if you were in the office. Because if you don't, you're going to be cheating yourself. Now, there's two things you have to realize. You don't want to cheat the employer, but you don't want to cheat yourself either. So also when your day ends, maybe you'll make some final notes. You might email some people, or you might have to, I don't know, you might set your away message or things like that. So what's the routine? What else are you going to do? And then if you know that you're out at 4 or 5, your autoresponder says something like, I am currently away from my desk. I'll be back tomorrow. Or you can say I'm out of the office. It's fine. I'll be out of the office. I'll be back tomorrow at 9, and I'll return your correspondence by the end of tomorrow. So you have to get into this mindset, because if you don't, you're going to be eaten alive. And you know what? You are going to burn out. Yeah, you're going to burn out. And no one wants you to burn out. If your company wants that for you, well, then you probably don't want to stay with that company too long, right? So what does it mean when we say that you have to have a routine? So at the end of the day, so you're doing the same thing. Now, some people will write out the routine until it's becomes second nature to them. Other people will just get it, so they'll do it. So it depends. Also, if you're going to have meetings, I recommend that your meetings not be any more than 40 or 45 minutes. In fact, try to keep them really short. If you have lots of meetings, try to keep them 15 to 20 minutes. You can do a lot more in a 15 to 20-minute meeting than you can in a 45 to 60-minute meeting. In these 60-minute meetings or 55 minutes, they really get you drained and tired. You don't have to get on camera every time if you're meeting with your admin team. And you can even say to your boss, your team, look, we meet every day, or we meet twice a week. Do we have to go on camera like every time? And so what happens when you go on camera is it actually pulls away from you, right? You got to take breaks. Even when I do one show and I do another show, I take breaks. I don't go from one show right to the next show. I take breaks. And so you want to enjoy working. You want to enjoy interacting with your clients. That is so very important. If you don't do that, I feel that you could burn out very, very quickly. So that is very important, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people just figure, I'm just going to do it the way I did at work. But then you don't have the same resource at work. Maybe you don't have the coffee, or you don't have your drinks. So you got to prepare and do some extra work that maybe you didn't do at the office because it was already ready for you. Or you stopped at a Starbucks or somewhere else and you had that already for you. A good thing to do when you take your breaks, go outside, smell some fresh air. Come back in. Get away from your desk. Also, something I recommend, and this is whether at home or whether in the office, is a good thing to do is to stand up. Maybe it could be that you just made a few calls. Maybe you had a conference call that was 40 minutes. Get up and just stretch. Stand up and just stretch a little bit. Take a deep breath. Maybe take a walk. Get yourself a glass of water. Come back. It's like a minute. And that minute is going to refuel you so you are productive. And so what happens during that minute is important. So if your company has a policy that you have to log out, even if you're going to be just a minute, then you have to log out. But usually if it's just a minute, you go walk and get some water, you still have your headset on you. That's going to make you a more productive person. All right. So take your inventory, What's in your house? Where are you going to put things? Do you have the chair? Do you need to buy a chair? Figure out what the costs are going to be to set up your office. This way, you can tell your company what it's going to cost if you're working for a company. Because they might say, "Gee, we're going to give you a $1,500 budget, or we're going to give you a $5,000 budget, and that includes the computer, or what have you." The third point, which is really important with people working from home, understand how to communicate with your team. Now, I'm not just talking about the people from home, I'm talking about the people in the office, because when there's people that are not in the office and they're at different locations, you have to know how to communicate with them. And you're not going to pick up the phone and call them every 2 seconds. That's going to be draining. So it might be a quick message like, hi, Mike, I just sent this off to you. I need approval for Mr. Johnson's delivery. And I'll message you right back. Great. Yep. Got it, John. Got it, Tim. Took care of it. You'll have it in 5 minutes. Bing. Thank you. And keep things short. Keep your communication short. Your admin team a lot of times has to talk to other people, and your other people on your team have to help other people, and they have to work with clients. So keep your interaction short with your team, unless you really don't understand something, but keep them short. A good thing to do is to write down things. You can also ask your team member, say, hey, look, I know you're really busy and you could do this later. I'm having trouble using Zoom. I was wondering if it's possible if you could just record like maybe a 2 or 3 minute how we use our company assets in Zoom. And this way I won't have to bother you again. I'll have it and I can replay it. And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And then they could now send that off to other people. And you could even use it as a thing saying, hey, this way I won't have to bother you. And if anyone else asks you for the same question, you could probably just send them the same link. So understanding that we have to be respectful of people's time is important, really important. If you're having an issue, maybe it's creating an invoice, or maybe it's I don't know, modifying a PowerPoint, or even sending an email, or changing a price in the customer's price list. Reach out to your team that handles that, whether that's tech, whether that's your admin team, and let them, hey, I'm having an issue with this. I can't get this to click when I do this, or I just sent you a screenshot when I click on this. See, when you can do stuff that allows people to use it on their time, they're going to be more apt to give you more time because you're respecting their time. It's a two-way street, and they're going to respect your time. Hey, John, I just got this back to you. Let me know if you have more questions. I'll be happy to get on a quick Zoom with you and go over it. Mary, thank you so much. This was very helpful. I understand now how to change the points. After I do that, do I have to update the master record as well as the customer record? Yes, you do. Thanks so much. No need for a Zoom call, but I appreciate it. Have a great day. Keep it short, keep it to the point, and you want to get productive. You want to stay on point. If you're new and you don't know how to do something, write things down, take notes. Okay. This is very key. Because you're working from home doesn't make you a prima donna that you can just call or do whatever you want. Because let's face it, the team has to support not only the office, but they have to support you, and you're part of that extended office, right? So knowing how to use things like your unified communication systems, like your IP phone system, how do you transfer calls? How do you do things? Because maybe there isn't transfer. Maybe like in IP phones, they have parking. Well, how do you park a call? Or you might message, hey, Gwen, I have Carrie on the line. How do I transfer her to you? Oh, you don't. You park. How do I do that? Oh, #7. That's it. Yep. Just hit #7. Just tell her that you're gonna transfer to me, and then let me know the park number. Okay, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer you. Just give me 1 second. We actually parked the call, and then she'll pick it right up. Okay. You're gonna hear some music. So #7, or you can just say I'm gonna transfer the call #7, and then tells you parked on. You give a number, you put in the text. Great. Thanks, Megan. I got the information. I'm talking with her now. So you see how that works? It's all about keeping the flow going. If one person hinders the flow, it's going to cause some opposition. It's going to cause people to get hostile towards you, not because they want to, but because they can't do their job and they're afraid how that might impact their review. Something very interesting I learned the other day is Amazon. So Amazon, as you know, doesn't give the greatest customer service. That's no surprise. But what surprised me is Amazon doesn't care about that, because what they care about is lowering their total cost. And they've determined that they want to have as few interactions with people live as they can and keep them to automation. So when you email them, they'll get back to them, but they want to try to get away from that. The more there's a problem, then that'll become like more priority, but they want to start with something and hope that it solves your problem. So it might frustrate you, but they really don't care. They're trying to stay within a budget. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this fantastic, amazing Wednesday night. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space Emerald AY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase. Help keep our content free. Make the choice. Buy my team and I. Yes, a great drink, a bowl of fruit, or perhaps even a delicious dessert plate. Either way, we're going to be grateful. Those pennies and dollars you invest into us, we'll put it to new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to have an amazing life. All right, guys, I got to run. I'll see you another show real soon, but check out BelievMeAchieve.com for more of my great creations, and we'll see you real soon. Be well.